This is one of my favorite topics, market selection. I only trade beautiful charts. And what is a beautiful chart? Well, clearly defined swings, short wicks, extended trends, short pullbacks, no complex pullbacks. That is a nice chart for me, but most importantly, clearly defined swing structures. So there is no ambiguity in where price wants to go next. For example, on this chart right here, we have this triple top here, and we are in this range. This would be no trade for me at all. Also, this is the last significant low because this high hasn't been broken, so these lows are not important when it comes to measuring momentum change. So this is all a bit weird to me right here, and I don't see a trade at all. Yeah, we broke through this trend line and we made a drive channel drive structure. So A to B is C to D. So this trade right now, this trend right now for me is exhausted. There's not much going on here, and I would simply be an observer on this chart. Sometimes when I have a chart like this, I crunch it down a bit to see the trend easier or to see the swing structure easier. Then I go to the M15 and take a look at what's going on here. So as you can see, even if we zoom out, we are kind of in a downtrend, but we broke above this high. So right now this market is in a undefined mode for me, no trades. Same for this day, same for this day, same for this day. This is a nightmare, only range. This is an ugly chart from hell. This is okay, but no entry for us. I mean, we could have entered down here, but the trend line is so steep that I don't really like this trade at all. Also, we didn't bounce from anything here. Our 123 is up here, yeah, where we eventually pulled back to, because these numbers act as price magnets, and we had a reaction here too. So this pullback actually happens in the middle of nowhere, except for the retest of this minor consolidation here. Now this is what I would call beautiful. Okay, yeah, this is really nice. We broke above this whole thing here and retested it together with the 122.50 and the pivot point. We got a really nice signal candle here. This would have been a beautiful entry for me for 15, for 34 and higher. Yeah, and then we would have brought our stop here below the pivot, so 32 for 15, perfect trade. And then what happens is we get another chance to enter at the retest of this significant high. But I remember this trade. It was actually shortly before NFP, so I decided not to take it, and luckily, as you can see, some stop hunting went on down here, and after that we took off. So usually trend structure stays intact even during high profile market news, but some stop hunting is going on, or at least whipsawing. But this is a perfect chart, okay? We have the clearly defined string structure, and we can get in 3 waves, okay? 1 wave, 2 wave, 3 wave. The best is of course if we get in on the second wave and then ride out the second and the third wave, but we can also get in on the third wave in case we missed it, or on minor pullbacks during the second wave. This is a nightmare. Could have been an entry up here because we bounced from this SR flip zone plus there is no round number here, but we have the pivot. This is a nightmare. This is okay because we bounced from this low and then we made this entry candle here. Usually entries like these are tradable, so we get a strong spike up and then a consolidation into in the middle of that spike, and then a continuation signal. These are usually good. Oh, this one is very beautiful. So what do we have here? We have a kind of head and shoulder structure. Left shoulder, right shoulder, double top, break below. got a very simple pullback. I mean, yeah, we had this small 1, 2, 3 here, but this is very, very pretty. And we bounced from these lows. So if we enter here, once the RSI closes below 45, it's down here actually, 16 for 12. So this is the wave structure I want to see. And then of course the other factors have to play in as well to give us a good entry. But this is what I want to see. Like, not much whipsawing going on, just clearly defined waves. This could also have been an entry right here if it wasn't so late. Nightmare. This would also be a very, very nice entry. Why? Because we broke above all these highs here and retested them on the other side. And then we got the continuation signal during Tokyo Open. So up here we could have gotten in somewhere. Okay, you just need to train your eye in order to recognize what is a pretty and what is an ugly chart. The easiest way to do that is to get chart time and then always assess how long are the wicks in relation to the bodies. How clear is the trend structure? Continuation patterns. How well are highs and lows respected? How complex are the pullbacks inside that trend? For example, on this trend here, it's clearly coming down, yeah? High, low, retest, low, and then the retest turned into a high, oops, and then we break, retest. So this would have been a perfect entry right here, 16 for 19, and then of course, as always, we wait to see what happens down here. We broke below, went down to the 122, and then came back up. If you want, you can post your charts on the forum, and I will tell you whether the chart you are trading is worth trading at all, or if it looks like this and it's not really worth your time. Even if we crunch this together, I mean, there's not much going on here. The only thing I would see is that we broke below and punched this, retested it, but there was never an entry candle. We never opened clear of the moving average. And even though we came down from up here and then made this channel, so a breakout to the bottom was expected to get some follow through, nothing happened here. Yeah, the 122.50 is here again. Okay, so if you want to learn how to distinguish between ugly and pretty charts, then simply post them on the forum and I will quickly tell you what's going on. Thanks, and on to the next.